Hello everyone, Welsh Witch here. I thought I would make just a general autumn video. I'm pretty sure I did put a link up to, oh no I didn't, that's really bad. Okay, on Mabon I did post a little thing saying yay happy Mabon and Mabon blessings, but I did mean to post a link to the Mabon video I made last year, which is in the videos on my Facebook, not my YouTube channel, because I didn't have my YouTube channel then. But yeah, if you want to have a look at that, I'll put a link in here so you can see it. Anyway, so I thought I'd do this little autumnal video because Mabon was on the equinox, was a few days ago on the 23rd. For those who don't know, you can check out the video that I made last year, which gives a really in-depth thing of all the ins and outs of what it means. But the autumn equinox is basically when there is equal amount of day and night. So, you know, in one day it's when there's something to do with the axis of the earth is at such a point that it is equally light and then equally dark, which is really cool. And then, of course, Mabon is the spiritual side of it and other such themes, which you can see in my video from last year. So anyway, I thought I'd just make this general autumn video at the moment. Sorry, there's a really loud bird outside. It doesn't sound very happy. Anyway, I thought I'd make this video because I wanted to do something. I feel like I've been neglecting the page a little bit recently, but I've not been well. The past month I've been pretty ill, and today is the first day that I haven't felt like death. So that's cool. For this video, I completely forgot to do it for the last video I made, but sorry. I said that I would be picking out a tarot card that I thought would have some sort of bearing on the video or a feeling for the video. Well, I just went through my tarot cards and saw which one I was drawn to, and the one I was drawn most to was this. This is the Queen of Cups. This is the Druid Craft Tarot deck. I'll show you the case. There you go, that's the box there, and that's actually the lady card from the Major Arcana that's on the front there. But this is the card I've chosen. This is the Queen of Cups for today's video. I really like her. She looks very wise, and I think that's probably why I was drawn to her today, because like I said, I've been really ill and I'm suddenly beginning, my brain's starting to work because it hasn't been. And as people will know from how I constantly mention it, I am a writer and I'm an actor, and writing has been a nightmare because I've just hit at a creative block. But this has been good. So I think this is why I'm drawn to her, because she represents sort of motherly feeling. I'm going to read out the meaning. The words around her loving, maternal, intuitive, and I think when you're ill you just want your mum, and I think that's probably why I'm so drawn to her. She says, may signify you, your mother, a therapist, or a woman who inspires love in you and stirs the depths of your emotional nature. And I also think that might be sort of linked to me a bit as well, because later on it says work in the field of relationship counselling and healing. I'm not any of those, but if I charged for the amount of advice I give and the times I've had to play agony aunt to people, I would be a millionaire. The amount of people that come to me for advice, which is no bad thing, but you know, I've dished out the advice and been a good old shoulder to cry on a lot, and so I think I probably see a bit of myself in her, and that's why I'm quite drawn to her. She's the Queen of Cups. She's by this beautiful lake in the picture, and she obviously has some sort of affinity with water, which I do. I'm in a very autumnal mood today, hence the autumn video. And there's something about this picture that just seems a bit autumnal. I think it's just the colours in it, and I mean you can't see them too clearly on here, but it's the sort of setting sun, and there's all these lovely pastures green in the background, and it just feels a bit autumnal to me. I think probably because of the colours that she's wearing. She's got this sort of green fading into red cloak on, which is really cool. But I think why I was mostly drawn to her, and I actually laughed when I read this, the meaning behind it as well, behind this card, the profession of acting or the world of theatre and film. So I found that hilariously funny, because of course I am also an actor, and I'm with the Ghost Theatre Company, and I write for the theatre, and I had a really good idea for a play today, and well, actually I had a good idea for a play the other day, but I kind of got scuppered by that. And then I had another good idea for a different play today, both to do with the Ghost Theatre Company. So I think this is why I'm drawn to the Queen of Cups. So I'm going to leave her by here so she can keep an eye on me and preside over my ramblings about autumn in this video, which is already 5 minutes long. Wow. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about was obviously, like I said, that excuse me, that it was Mabon, potato, a few days ago. That doesn't mean that you only celebrate it there and then. That means that it can sort of, around this time of year, you can feel that presence, and that you can celebrate it and enjoy it. And I put up a post that said that this is time for harvesting. Now, obviously harvesting, you think, oh, food, time for all the farmers to bring everything in, and kids in school have the harvest festival where your mum digs out a box or a tin of peas that she's had in the back of the cupboard for the past 3 years, and you take it into school. So there's that, which obviously only children do, but that is harvesting in the literal term, in the harvesting food. It's not just about that, it's harvesting everything. And I put up this post and said it's time to harvest all of the positive things. I think I'm the only person I know that seems to have had an alright year this year. A lot of people seem to have had quite a bad year, or not necessarily had a bad year, just a lot of things have gone wrong for a few people and they feel that they've had a bad year. And this year I've actually thought, well, this year I'm quite happy. Nothing's gone majorly wrong. Touchwood, it won't. And yeah, I've been really happy this year. I think it's because this is daft, but this is my favourite number is 14. It's 2014. Half of 14 is 7. 7 is a magical number, so that's probably why I'm feeling so happy this year, or some such thing like that. Or maybe it's just a good year and I'm being silly. But yeah, I've really liked this year, and some positive things have happened. Not like massive positive things. Oh God, there's an upset child out there. Sorry, I've got very noisy neighbours. Anyway, yeah, I've been. What was I saying? Yeah, I've not necessarily had like really big, wow, happy things happen, but there have been some really positive things, and like I said, they're not massive, but they just made me inside feel happy, and they've not had massive effects on me in that uprooted anything or whatever, but they've just been the little things that make you happy and make you content. And I think that's probably why I feel I've had a good year, is because this year I'm not upset, I'm not worried about anything. I seem to have been helping everyone this year, because like I said, everyone seems to have had a really bad year, and I just feel really happy this year, and which is good because I haven't been happy for a long time. And this time of year now, like I said, it's harvest. It's time to reap everything you've sown. If you have had a bad year, this is something I said in my post about Mabon, that if you have had a bad year, you don't have to dwell on it, which is easier said than done. But you can really just think over everything this year so far, and yeah, you might have had bad times, but maybe in those bad times a friend texted you something that just made you smile, or they rang you and said something that made you laugh when you were feeling really down, or maybe your dog came and gave you a cutch when you were feeling really upset, or someone smiled at you on the bus when you were looking like you were on the brink of tears. And they're the things that you need to harvest. They're the things that you need to remember and go, these sucky things happened, but there was just these little moments of light all the way through the year, and it's time to harvest them and think about them. This past week I have been so ill. I've been feeling like death warmed up, as I said. I've had big panda eyes and looking awful. Today's the first day that I don't have big black rings around my eyes. So I thought, right, I'm doing this video now in case I start feeling sick again. Sorry, my neighbours are being rowdy again. I do apologise. Anyway, but yeah, I've been feeling really ill, but I've been looking back over the year still and thinking, well, loads of like good stuff has happened, and I don't have to dwell on the fact that I've been ill for just this 1 week. I can still be happy, which I have been. Apart from being ill, I've been generally, excuse me, hiccups. But yeah, I've been generally quite happy. It's just I've been ill, so I've had to be happy led down like this instead of being up and happy. But yeah, I've just been harvesting good things and reaping what I've sown, and I think I've given a lot of good advice this year. I give advice a lot, like I said, I play agony aunt quite a lot, but this year I seem to have played it even more so, and I think I've given some really good advice this year. And that's also something that you need to be proud of in yourself, is that yeah, you may have had a bit of a shite year and you may not have been at your best, or at least felt that you were at your best, but maybe you've helped someone without even realising. I said about maybe someone smiled at you on the bus and it made you happy. Maybe you were that person. Maybe you saw someone who just was feeling a bit grumpy and you give them a little smile and you lifted them for the rest of the day. And that's something to be proud of and happy about as well, is that while you might be feeling a bit naff, that you never know what happiness you bring to someone. You don't realise how happy you can make someone feel by what you say and do, even if it's just the little things. And to quote one of my favourite books, Lord of the Rings, I find, or it might be from The Hobbit, I find even the this is going to be a total misquote now, my brain's gone all scattered. It's something that Gandalf says. He says that I find that it's the small things that matter. It's something like that. I've totally misquoted that, which is awful, saying I just claimed that it was one of my favourite books. But no, and even like the smallest of hope can be found in the darkest of places. It's the little things that matter. And it's true, yeah, the big things matter, but the big things wouldn't be there without the little things. Big things are made up of lots of little things. So it's the little things that matter, and you should always harvest them as well. And don't just harvest, like I said, the good things that people have done for you or towards you. Harvest the good that you've done as well, and realise, do you know what, yeah, it's been a bit of a shit year or shit month, but I made someone smile, I made someone laugh, I made someone feel good about themselves. And that's always great to hold on to, the fact that you can make someone feel happy. I love making people feel happy. It makes me happy, which is probably why I tend to be a good shoulder to cry on, because people know that I'm going to make them laugh. And I'm not that funny, I'm just a bit of an idiot, to be honest. And I'm a total klutz, and that makes people laugh. And I think, well, hey, if that's going to make people laugh, then it's worth it. It's worth cheering them up. So yeah, harvest, reap everything, and that's my general point on that one. And be happy. One of the things I wanted to talk about as well is the theatre company I'm with, which is probably why I was drawn to this lovely lady. And I wanted to talk about the Ghost Room. And the Ghost Room has had a bit of a tough few months. We performed a play in March, and then there was a whole palaver with stuff that went a bit higgledy-piggledy and went a bit wrong, and I will not talk about that because I'm talking about the good things. And we are now working on a play that I wrote called Grave House, and we've found two lovely actors, two guys. They're both brilliant. And again, I always find that around this time of year I meet new people. I think this must be like synonymously, like, engraved in my head because it's synonymous with school, and every year you go back to school and you meet someone new, and then or you go to college or you go to university, and it's all that starting term, and you have like round about now in universities you have freshers week and things like that, and you meet new people. And I think that's why I always associate autumn with this, even though autumn by definition is the fact that everything is turning golden and brown and everything's changing and hibernating. To me, it's like a rebirth this time of year, and I really come into my own. This is my favourite time of year. Autumn is my favourite season, which is why I'm not letting being ill get me down. I'm not missing my golden leaves and all the beautiful nature that's around us this time of year. And I think I seem to always meet new people around this time of year. So we've got these 2 new guys in the ghost room, and they are wonderful. They're both really lovely guys, brilliant actors, obviously. So again, refer back to the Queen of Cups, a lovely lady, and I'd like to think she's watching over the ghost room. And also, they've already, we've only had like 2 rehearsals with them, and they've brought a new dynamic to the ghost room as well, and a different dynamic as well, which is brilliant. And that is something to harvest. That's something to be happy about, that we've got these new people, and that you can harvest the kind of, you can also harvest people's personalities as well this time of year. When you meet new people, it brings something new to you, and you can take the good from different people and bump yourself up, and also know that maybe you're making new people feel like that as well. So that's always good. And oh my god, right, we've had a bird, a child, adults, and now a dog is going off on one. I don't know what is going on out there today, and I do apologise. But so I just wanted to talk about the ghost room, and I've like I said, I've been getting new ideas for writing, so harvesting thoughts, which always happens to me all year round anyway, because my mind doesn't stop with ideas. But I've got some pretty good ideas for a couple of plays as well, and that's something that I could be quite happy about. I always find as well, even though this time of year is really autumnal, obviously because it's autumn, that there's usually a couple of days, it's usually around about now, the end of September, and I feel a bit Christmassy. It's like you can almost feel it in the air. It's because it's now starting to get colder, the leaves are changing, and you think, oh, Christmas is coming, and this is when I start buying Christmas presents and what have you. And and that's always fun, and it probably something to do with the fact that I've had Fairy Tale of New York stuck in my head for days. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. It just got stuck in my head. But yeah, so that's another thing. And it's almost like you can feel it coming closer, and then that tends to add to autumn for me, this like little Christmassy feel. And it's usually something like that, just the thought of buying Christmas presents, or listening to a particular song, or getting a particular song stuck in your head in my case, and it just kind of warms the cockles of your heart, and then it somehow manages to put you back in an autumnal mood. That was not easy to say. But yeah, and I love the colours of autumn. I love all the gold and the browns and the orange and the reds and everything, and it's just wonderful as well, because I mean, out of my window I've got a fantastic view of the woods as well, and watching that change is beautiful. There's one tree I've just been watching, the top of it went red, and it's slowly like spreading down, getting gold, and it's like red at the top, and then it gets darker, and then it's like gold, and the bottom is still green, but I know they'll probably go yellow, and I love that kind of beauty. To me, this is the most beautiful time of year. I think it's gorgeous, and I think that's something as well that we shouldn't take for granted. You should always be very aware of nature around you this time of year as well, and it's such a beautiful time of year. Speaking of leaves and stuff, I will be digging out my lovely autumn hair clip leaves, which I will be sporting probably for the next few months, made by the wonderful Atlanta Bluff, who actually her Facebook page is Atlantis Faye. I'll put a link in here, and she's just released some new autumn clips on her Etsy account, which I will be getting in there. If you go on the link to her page, and I'll put it down in the drop down box as well, you'll be able to find her Etsy account, and she does brilliant like fascinators and hair clips and different things like that, and they're wonderful. And she just released some new autumn ones, so I think I'll be getting hold of them ready for this year, and going out for autumnal walks. I'll probably try and go out this week. I'm not fully well enough to go out just yet, and I'm not going to run before I can walk, but when I'm feeling better excuse me when I'm feeling better, I'm going to go out and take a lot of pictures and do maybe a little video or something to represent my autumnal walk and my autumn feeling at the moment. And I this time of year I tend to feel the need to be outside. I'm not really a summer person. I'm prone to migraines and stuff, so I can't stay out in the heat for too long without feeling like I'm gonna pass out. So when it gets to autumn, I'm like, yay, it's my time, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, let's go out for walks. And that's when people start seeing me, is around autumn. I'm like the opposite. I hibernate in summer and I come out round about this time of year and really feel the need to be outside and all that golden colour and everything, and just the beautifulness of nature, which I think everyone should do. I mean, everyone should do that all year round, which I probably should, but it makes me ill. It makes me ill. That's a terrible thing to say. But everyone should go out in autumn just because it's beautiful, and to feel the crunchy leaves. And I don't think anyone ever loses that feeling from when you're a kid of wanting to kick autumn leaves about and feel them crunching under your feet and wearing wellies and stuff. So yeah, go out for walks and go and see squirrels and stuff, because you'll see them bloody everywhere this time of year. They go crazy. And just enjoy the beauty of this time of year and harvest all the wonderful thoughts and happiness, and just every shining little positive moment from this year. Harvest it together, and it'll get you through the rest of the year. And even if you don't think that could be quite possible, there's always something. And if you're not ready to smile yet, then you can just pop it away and then bring it out one day when you think, you know what, I think I'm ready to be happy again. And that's what this time of year is for, so that you can have the time to think about that and find all them positive moments to make you feel better. And if they don't make you feel better, I hope that my ramblings about autumn today did. Thank you ever so much for watching. Queen of Cups happily presided over this video. I really want her cloak. I really like that. It's a really cool cloak. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. And listening to me ramble as per usual. I hope that you all have a wonderful autumn. I hope that Mabon was lovely for you and you enjoyed the equinox. We've got Samhain coming up in about a month now, the end of October, and I will of course do a video for that. But yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I hope it just gave you something to smile about, and have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and reap what you've sown, harvest all them lovely thoughts. Thank you for liking the page and supporting it and liking my videos, and please continue to like and subscribe to my videos, and like my Facebook page and follow my crazy ramblings. So thank you very much, as always. Again, thank you from the Queen of Cups, and thank you from me. Positive energy and blessings. Goodbye.